Hello students, today we are going to deal with the subject that is management concepts and organizational behavior. I, Dr. Priya Raj Bhutolia, Assistant Professor, Bora Institute of Management Sciences, will deal with the topic that is the second theory of motivation given by Heisenberg and McCallan. So let's see the two theories. What is motivation all about? Motivation is the process of inspiring people in order to intensify their desire and willingness for executing their duties effectively. Motivation is all about inspiring and stimulating people. Here they give a force or a push to a particular individual to execute their duties very effectively. It has also been said that motivation is an actuating force that stimulates a man to put his best in the accomplishment of a task. If the person is motivated, he or she may do his task very effectively and efficiently. So motivation plays a very important role in organization. Motivation is also a powerful tool in the hands of manager for inducing his subordinates to act in the desired manner by satisfying their needs and desire. So एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मैनेजर के पास एक बहुत ही पावरफुल टूल है दैट इज मोटिवेशन, जिससे वो अपने सबॉर्डिनेट्स को कहीं ना कहीं इंड्यूस कर पाएगा एंड एक पर्टिकुलरली उनकी नीड्स और डिज़ायर्स को फुलफिल करके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स अचीव करने के लिए हेल्प करेगा. सो फाइनली मोटिवेशन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ अ मैनेजर और इन अ मैनेजमेंट. सो लेट्स सी द टू थियोरीज. द फर्स्ट थियोरी इज गिवन बाय हेज़नबर्ग. It is also known as the motivation hygiene theory or two-factor theory. It was given by Heisenberg in year 1959, and this theory was given in the book entitled The Motivation to Work. So Heisenberg has actually published a book in which the theory was given, and he has put forward the two-factor content theory, which is often referred to as two-need theory. इसलिए हेज़नबर्ग की थ्योरी को टू फैक्टर थ्योरी या मोटिवेशन हाइजीन थ्योरी इस नाम से जाना जाता है. Now the introduction part. Heisenberg in the late 50s developed a motivation theory known as the motivation hygiene theory or two-factor theory of motivation. In motivation, we have seen the first Maslow's theory. Heisenberg theory is an extension of Maslow's theory. So you can find the same factors in the Heisenberg theory. For this, he has actually conducted an interview, and for this purpose, he has conducted a study and interview of 200 engineers and accountants and asked them to think of time when they felt good at their work and when they felt at their job. तो यहाँ पर हेज़नबर्ग ने मोटिवेशन फैक्टर्स को इवॉल्व करने के लिए 200 इंजीनियर्स और अकाउंटेंट के इंटरव्यूज़ लिए, एक स्टडी कंडक्ट किया और उनसे ये पूछा कि कौन से समय पे उन्हें अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करना अच्छा लगता था और कौन से ऐसे समय था या कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ थी जिसके कारण उन्हें अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करना अच्छा नहीं लगता था. तो it was been concluded that there are two factors. The first point is the research concluded that the factors responsible for job satisfaction are different from factors that lead to dissatisfaction. तो यहाँ पर जब employees को they felt good and as well as they felt bad, both the factors were entirely different. They were not at all related to each other. One was responsible for job satisfaction and the other factor was related to dissatisfaction in the work environment. Now here the job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction are not opposite to each other. Please be very specific and very clear in this point that the job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction are not two opposite in spite they are two different factors. Absence of job satisfaction does not mean in job dissatisfaction, but it is said to be no job satisfaction. तो यहाँ पर अगर आपको जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन का अपोजिट ढूंढना है तो उसे वो होगा नो जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन, डिससेटिस्फैक्शन ये वर्ड नहीं होगा। इसलिए हेजनबर्ग ने जब एक्सपेरिमेंट किया तो दो फैक्टर्स निकल के आए, वन वॉज हाइजीन एंड वन वॉज मोटिवेशन। नाउ लेट्स सी these 2 points or these 2 factors in detail. The 2 factors are the motivational factor and the hygiene factor. Motivation factors are those factors which are related to the nature of work. They are somewhere intrinsic in nature and they give a particular type of satisfaction to an employee when it has been provided. This is actually the brick of the building. It is also known as the brick of the building, because if these things are provided, the employee feel satisfied in his work pattern. So motivational factors were related to the nature of job. The second is the hygiene factors. They actually do not motivate people, but they simply prevent dissatisfaction. That is the only reason they are known as dissatisfiers. They also maintain status quo and they prevent no growth but prevent loss. So hygiene factors are actually the dissatisfiers and they are also known as the maintenance factors, as well as they are extrinsic in nature. On the other hand, motivation factors are satisfiers and they are the intrinsic factors of an organization. So that is the basic difference between the motivation factor and the hygiene factor. Now let's see what is hygiene factor and what is motivational factor. In hygiene factor, as it is related to the work environment, here if the hygiene factors are present, it provides no dissatisfaction, whereas if it is absent, it provides dissatisfaction. Please students, if you make this diagram, it will be very clear on your end what did you understood of the hygiene factor or motivation factor. If the hygiene factors are lacking in an organization, the person will feel dissatisfied. But if the hygiene factors are there in the organization, he will feel no dissatisfaction. यहाँ पर सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन हाँ डिससेटिस्फैक्शन भी नहीं होगा। हाइजीन फैक्टर कभी भी एम्प्लॉय को मोटिवेट नहीं कर सकते, वो एक ऐसे फैक्टर हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं सप्लीमेंट करते हैं। इसलिए मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डू नॉट स्पेंड टू मच अमाउंट ऑन हाइजीन फैक्टर्स, बट अ नॉमिनल और मिनिमम हाइजीन फैक्टर्स शुड बी देयर इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. द सेकेंड इज द मोटिवेशनल फैक्टर्स. If the motivational factors are present, the employee feel satisfied, but on the other hand, if it is absent, they will feel no satisfaction. So with the help of this diagram or with the help of this figure image, you can easily clarify that what are the hygiene factors and what are the motivational factors. Both the factors are entirely different, they are not at all related to each other. Now let's see what are the motivational factors and what are the hygiene factors in Heisenberg theory. Motivational factors includes advancement, recognition, responsibility, achievement and possibility of growth, whereas in hygiene factors it includes personal life, status, job security, peer relationship, quality of supervision, job content and salary. It's very clear, like the salary word is also included in hygiene factor. After a particular point of time, after getting a particular salary, even the person is not motivated. So students, if you want to motivate an employee, the motivational factors are very important, which are advancement, recognition, responsibility, advancement, achievement and possibility of growth. Without all these components, the employees cannot be motivated. So for the job satisfaction, these factors are at most important. With these factors, somehow the other way the employee will feel happy, but he is not at all satisfied, he is not at all motivated. Now let's see the criticism of Heisenberg theory. This theory does not apply to white collar workers. It does not take an individual situation or perception into consideration. We have attempted to address this above by applying the theory to an individual level. So it does not take into account एक individual की situation क्या है वो की या फिर वो क्या सोचता है. The third, the theory focuses on improving employees' satisfaction. That does not necessarily translate into increase in productivity. आप यहाँ पर कुछ लेवल पे एम्प्लॉय की सेटिस्फैक्शन तो इम्प्रूव कर पाएंगे बट प्रोडक्टिविटी से बिल्कुल भी उसको अटैच नहीं कर सकते हैं. देयर इज नो ऑब्जेक्टिव वे टू मेजर सेटिस्फैक्शन विद इन दिस थियोरी. यहाँ पर कोई ऐसा स्पेसिफिक टूल नहीं है जिससे आप एम्प्लॉय सेटिस्फैक्शन को मेजर कर सकते हैं. एंड फाइनली द टू फैक्टर थियोरी इज सब्जेक्ट टू बायस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, when an employee is satisfied, they will give themselves credit for that. But on the other hand, if they are dissatisfied, they will blame to the external factors. So here, with the help of the experiment, clearly two things came into picture. First one was the hygiene factor, which was extrinsic, and second was the motivational factors, which were intrinsic. So this was all about the Heisenberg theory. Heisenberg theory is somewhat the extension of Maslow's theory, as I have already discussed. Maslow's theories consist of 5 stages. So, physiological needs, social needs and safety needs are actually the hygiene factors of the Heisenberg theory, and somewhat a small part of esteem factors plus the self-actualization factors are included in the motivation factor of Heisenberg theory. So here the Maslow's theory is divided into 2 parts. The first part is the physiological, social, safety and some part of esteem is included in hygiene, whereas the other part of esteem and self-actualization is included in motivation. So here the Maslow's theory gave rise to the Heisenberg theory of two-factor theory of motivation. Let's see the third theory of motivation, that is the Maclaurin theory. It was given by David Maclaurin, introducing this theory in 1960s. It is based on Maslow's hierarchy of need. According to him, individuals possess 3 needs which are not innate. They are learned through culture, ages and experiences. तो डेविड मैकैलन ने अपनी थ्योरी को 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया. इन्होंने कहा कि जो 3 पार्ट्स हैं वो इंडिविजुअल कहीं ना कहीं लर्न करता है, सीखता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ हिज कल्चर, विद हिज एज एंड विद हिज एक्सपीरियंस. एंड फाइनली द 3 stages were named as the need for achievement, need for power and need for affiliation. So here Maclaurin has divided his need theory into 3 parts. He has discussed this theory in the book known as The Achieving Society. तो Achieving Society इस book में ये need theory को discuss किया गया in 1960s, and it also says that what and how the needs are and how they can be approached. This is very important in life, and the acquired needs are the needs which are acquired and shaped over time through experience. This theory is also known as expectancy theory of motivation. So the another name of Maclaurin theory as discussed is expectancy theory of motivation. So let's discuss all the 3 points in detail. First is the need for achievement. Maclaurin wants to say that एक human being की जो needs है उनको 3 category में divide किया है. First is the need for achievement. People strive for achievement and the characteristics are they are challenging, they work alone or with the people who are actually the achievers. They are self-motivated people, they like feedback to assess their progress, and they are the individuals which will perform better if money is linked with the achievement. तो यहाँ पर मैकलॉरिन ने नीड फॉर अचीवमेंट में जो क्वालिटीज़ हैं उन्हें बताया है कि द पर्सन हु इज़ इन द नीड ऑफ अचीवमेंट इज़ एक्चुअली द पर्सन हु लाइक्स चैलेंजिंग वर्क. सेकेंडली, वो पर्सन हमेशा अकेले काम करना ज़्यादा पसंद करेगा और अगर करेगा भी तो अचीवर्स के साथ काम करना पसंद करेगा. साथ ही साथ वो सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड होगा. ही और शी वॉन्ट्स फीडबैक ऑन द रेगुलर बेसिस, उसे हमेशा ही जानना बहुत अच्छा लगेगा कि उसने काम अच्छा किया है या कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट्स की ज़रूरत है। एंड फाइनली अगर उसके काम के साथ में अगर कुछ मॉनेटरी बेनिफिट्स को लिंक किए जाएँ तो उसके अचीवमेंट लेवल्स जो होंगे वो कुछ ज़्यादा हाई होंगे। तो एक्चुअली द नीड फॉर अचीवमेंट इज गेटिंग थिंग्स डन. If the person is of that tendency, we can actually motivate the employee with the need for achievement, and these are the features which we can see in an individual. The second is the need for power. Here, having influence over other is the basic matter of concern. यहाँ पर इंसान चाहता है कि second person को influence करे. He or she wants to influence the other person on the basis of his power. अब ऐसे इंडिविजुअल्स के फीचर्स क्या होंगे? दे लाइक टू कंट्रोल अदर्स, दे आर आर्ग्यूमेंटेटिव, दे हैव एबिलिटी टू इन्फ्लुएंस पीपल, एंड फाइनली दिस पीपल आर सूटेबल फॉर लीडरशिप रोल्स. तो जो भी लोग जिनको नीड ऑफ पावर है, दिस पीपल बिलोंग्स टू दैट कैटेगरी. दे ऑलवेज लाइक ट्राइज टू कंट्रोल पीपल, डोमिनेट पीपल. They are very argumentative, they try and influence people, and they are very best at the leadership skills. They also like winning arguments. जब भी बातें होती हैं, arguments होते हैं, they always wants to win that argument. They also enjoy competition and winning situation. So जहाँ पर भी competition होगी, at that point of time also they wants to get it win, and they enjoy status with recognition followed by they want to control and they want to influence the other people. So this is the second category of need according to David McCallum in his theory of motivation. The last one is the need for affiliation. Here you can see that having good relationship with others is very important. The people want to maintain their social relationship with others. They want to be liked and being accepted by others. इस कंडीशन में लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि वो किसी के साथ उठे बैठे बात करें और लोग उन्हें पसंद करें. दैट इज़ द बेसिक नीड ऑफ एफिलिएशन इन एन इंडिविजुअल. दे फॉर्म इनफॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप. दिस पीपल आर वेरी गुड एट फॉर्मिंग इनफॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप. दे वॉन्ट पीपल टू बी अराउंड देम. दे आर वेरी कोऑपरेटिव. whenever you work with such people, they will help you a lot, they will support you a lot. And finally, these people perform better in teams. जैसे हमने बात की, the need for affiliation में individual wants to work alone, but on the other way or on the contrary, the need for affiliation में people wants to work in team. It also includes that they want to belong to a group, they want to be liked by people, they favor collaborations, and finally don't like high risk and uncertainty. Here the people are very like रिस्क से बहुत डर लगता है, ये ज़्यादा रिस्क, दे लाइक हाई रिस्क, sorry, and they like uncertainty even. Sorry, they don't like uncertainty, sorry, and they don't like risk factors. So in this thing, being social animal, यहाँ पर आप बहुत ज़्यादा चाहते हैं कि आपको लोग पसंद करें, आपको लोग अपने आसपास रखें, बहुत सारा काम वो मिलकर करें, और कहीं ना कहीं वो बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्क भी नहीं लेना चाहते हैं, साथ ही साथ वो बहुत ज़्यादा अनसर्टेनिटी में भी नहीं जी सकते हैं. सो दीज आर द 3 कैटेगरीज ऑफ डेविड मैकैलन. Criticism of this theory: when there are merits, there are also the demerits of a particular theory. So let's see one by one. The first is high achievement seekers expect similar results from others and cannot be effective managers. जब कुछ लोग हाई अचीवमेंट लेवल पे होते हैं एंड जैसे वो काम करते हैं, वो हमेशा चाहते हैं कि दूसरा भी उसी तरीके से सिमिलर मैनर में काम करे, सिमिलर रिजल्ट्स में काम करे, बट दिस इज़ एक्चुअली नॉट पॉसिबल. सो ऐसे लोग बहुत अच्छे मैनेजर नहीं बन सकते. दूसरा, द यूज़ ऑफ प्रोटेक्टिव टेक्निक इज़ ऑब्जेक्शनेबल. यहाँ पर जो टेक्निक्स यूज़ की है वो एक्चुअली उनका यूज़ जो है वो इट्स नॉट परफेक्ट. थर्ड, achievement motivation training is time consuming. If you want to give somebody training related to achievement motivation, actually it is very time consuming. And finally, the various needs do not motivate workers. Some or the other point of time, वो जो बहुत सारी नीड्स हैं वो जनरली एम्प्लॉयज़ को मोटिवेट नहीं करती है, वर्कर्स को मोटिवेट नहीं करती है. सो टुडे वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द हेज़नबर्ग थ्योरी एंड द मैकलेलन थ्योरी ऑफ मोटिवेशन. So students, you might be clear about the aspects of both the theories. In Heisenberg theory, we have seen the two factors, the dual factors of a theory. It says that कि वहाँ पर दो factors जो हैं वो बहुत important है. First is hygiene and the second is motivation. Hygiene factors अगर नहीं होंगे तो इंसान dissatisfied हो सकता है, और अगर motivation factors होंगे तो job satisfaction का जो parameter है वो बढ़ सकेगा. साथ ही साथ मैकलेलन थ्योरी ने कहा है कि मोटिवेशन को 3 नीड्स में डिवाइड किया है, 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया है, जिसमें फर्स्ट था नीड फॉर अचीवमेंट, सेकेंड वॉज नीड फॉर एफिलिएशन एंड थर्ड वॉज नीड फॉर पावर. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम, इफ यू वांट टू मोटिवेट एन इंडिविजुअल, यू नीड टू मोटिवेट हिम अकॉर्डिंग टू हिज नीड्स. सो हियर वी हैव सीन अबाउट द 2 theories of motivation. And before that we have also discussed the Maslow's hierarchy theory. So we are done with the 3 theories of motivation: Maslow's hierarchy theory, Heisenberg theory, and last is the Maclaurin theory. You can see students, some or the other way all the theories are somewhere related to each other. As you have seen that Heisenberg theory is an extension of Maslow's theory. You can see the 5 stages of Maslow's theories are extended and they are somewhere compiled in Heisenberg theory. The 3 factors of Maslow's theories are combined and formed in one factor, that is the hygiene, including the physiological, safety, social and some part of esteem. The other part of esteem and the self-actualization consist of the motivational factors. And related to the Maclaurin theory, even you can see that the theory is somewhat related to power, achievement and affiliation. So all these theories are some or the other way related for motivation. So students, I hope you can learn a lot from these theories, and these theories are given by renowned personalities. These are the personalities which have worked very hard on motivation factors, and being a manager, you should be very much related, you should be very much aware of the needs of an individual. If you know the need of a particular employee or need of an individual, you may easily motivate that employee, because each person has different needs and according to their needs they require the motivation. As the time changes, the condition changes, their needs also changes. So you should take care of the needs even when you motivate them. Like in certain point of time, अगर इंसान को पैसे की ज़रूरत है तो actually you need to provide some extra incentives, or in terms of you can provide some extra monetary benefits to the employees. तो वहाँ पर अगर पैसे की प्रॉब्लम है या फिनेंशियल कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो बंदा उस चीज़ से मोटिवेट हो सकता है. But if the need is not money, so please don't focus on the money parameter of that particular motivation. अब यहाँ पर the person can feel something, some other needs which are beyond money. So there can be some safety or social needs. We have a very small case related to this. There was a person known as John working in an organization. He has a very happy family including 2 kids and his wife. After a particular time, he was being informed that he is about to expect the 3rd child in his family. He was about to welcome the 3rd child in his family. So here, when the John was previously very happy with the salary and work environment in the organization, but now his needs were actually improved, or it were increased because of almost the new member which was going to come in his family. Now here he was somewhere disturbed about the financial status and the earning of the person, earning of whatever he used to get from the organization. So some or the other way he was very depressed in his working pattern. His manager actually noticed that John was somewhere disturbed when he was working in the organization, Actually, the manager tries to motivate John regarding his work environment, but he was not aware of the problem what John was facing all about. John was in need of some extra income or extra money because his responsibilities were going to add on, and now he wants all his children and his wife to be very happy, and somewhere he was disturbed कि कहीं से वो एक्स्ट्रा इनकम जनरेट कर पाए, कहीं से वो अपने एक्स्ट्रा नीड्स को फुलफिल कर पाए. बट द मैनेजर वॉज नॉट एट ऑल अवेयर ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ जॉन. नाउ हियर द थिंग वॉज कि जॉन समवेयर ट्राइड कि उसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में उसे कहीं प्रमोशन मिल जाए, या फिर उसके पास एक ऑप्शन था कि वो अपनी जॉब को चेंज कर ले. इन दो ऑप्शंस को लेके जॉन वॉज एक्चुअली स्ट्रगलिंग इन हिज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इन हिज लाइफ. When the things were discussed with the manager actually got the clear picture of what John was expecting. As the higher level of the John's position was not at all empty, so the promotion aspect was not at all feasible in terms of organization. The manager was not able to promote John as the higher position was not vacant. On the other hand, giving extra monetary benefits was the factor which can be provided by the manager. So here manager on his or her part was trying to help John to actually overcome the financial problem, and the John on the other hand was actually struggling for the financial insecurities, whatever he was facing or he was going to face in future. So on both the sides you can see, in this case the John was actually struggling for monetary or financial security, and here the manager as a promotional option was not available. Only monetary benefits, with the help of monetary benefits he can help John in the future aspects. And even the manager was not ready to relieve John from his job, because he was very much satisfied with the working pattern or with the productivity of John. As you can see, the case of John, when you will become a manager and you will see some kind of certain particular similar situation of an employee in your organization, you actually need to identify the need that here in case of John, the person was in need of monetary benefits, in terms of he was in need of financial security because his family was expanding and he wants some security for his family. Now in part of manager, the manager was not able to promote John at higher level, but of course if he wants to maintain job at the same level, or he doesn't want John to leave the organization, he should provide some extra monetary benefits in terms of overtime or other such factors in which the John can work in the organization, as well as he may get some monetary benefits besides his salary. So with the help of this case, you can see the struggle of an employee in organization trying to fulfill his monetary or the basic salary need of an employee. So with this, today we are going to end the two theories of motivation, and students, I hope you understood the two important theories, and have a nice day. Thank you.